right, today is the second part of the video. The first part involved transferring an inkjet copy of a photo onto a wood block. And how I did that is that I applied some acrylic medium to the block and to the image, and I sandwiched them together and I left them to dry. So here are two of them that I did previously. One that I did during the video and another one I did after. We're going to take the paper off of both of these. These have been sitting around now for more than 24 hours, and we're going to see what happens when you apply some water for all you people who are interested out there. I'm using a spray bottle. Spray very lightly, just a little bit, rub it around, and just let that soak for a little bit. Get the next one over here, and also spray that one, since we're doing both. And just a little bit of water. It's not a deluge. We've just got a little bit of water going on over here. Maybe just a little bit more, you know, you'll see. Figure out how it goes. Okay, we're doing that. We'll do the next one also. And they're getting nice and wet. All right, you just keep on rubbing lightly. Now, you don't want to rub too hard, because if you rub too hard, what's going to happen is the paper and the image will both come off, and you'll have to start from scratch. So what you want to do is lightly rub, and you'll see how the paper is beginning to come off, right? And below that is the image that has been attached to the wood block. And so you gently rub, continue to do that until you take all the paper off. Now, for some people who are watching this video, this process right now might be like watching grass grow. Not very amusing to see me just sitting here rubbing this stuff off, but I'm just going to do this for a little bit. Sometimes you have to spray some more. And I'm not using a lot of pressure. Actually, the friction from the paper, my fingers, the lack of moisture in between the two causes the paper to begin to come off. Now, some paper is going to remain initially, and you will have to take off the first layer of paper. And you can see right now that there is that image that I showed you the other time, and it's on the wood, transferred onto the wood. Sometimes you have to re-wet it after you let it dry, because there'll be some remaining paper on it. You'll see it looks like some fuzz on the paper. But you see the paper's coming off and the image is staying behind. And I think this is really cool, because since I lack artistic skills, I mean, I'm not the best drawer in the world, but for something like this, where you want to transfer onto a block and later on carve the block so that it looks something like this, you have discretion as an artist to change it and include or just not include stuff onto the relief print. But that's what it is right there. You see that that's the image. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, if I can. Yep. And there's still some paper behind. Just gently, don't rub it until the image completely comes off the block, because it will come off if you rub too hard. And so there is the beginning of this image that later on you can carve like I did. This one was also a image that I transferred onto a wood block, and later on I took off the paper, I carved it, and I made a print that looks something like this. And I think this is really cool. So that's the second video on the transferring of the image that was on inkjet paper attached to the wood block using acrylic medium, and this is the result. You'll have to go back, let this dry for a little bit, go back, re-wet it a bit. You'll see some fuzz, just slightly take it off, and when you're completely satisfied, then you can begin the carving process. I'll do a couple of videos also on how I carve the image into the wood block, and also how I make a relief print from this block. So thanks for watching, people. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it answered a bunch of your questions. I'll see you next time.